Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel with me, Scottish, and today, right bang in the middle of the anniversary week, we are doing my first ever Q&A video because we're doing this properly for over a year now, and yeah, I thought might as well do one of these because I've always wanted to do a Q&A video, but I've never actually gotten around to doing it. So I took to Reddit, I took to Discord, I took to Twitter to receive a whole lot of questions. The first question is from Ragaroth, and he says, what made you decide to start streaming? So my first stream on Twitch was on I think it was like the 9th of December 2017, and the reason for that is actually kind of a sad one because I'd always thought about streaming, but I was always kind of like on the fence. I didn't know if I ever actually wanted to do one or even stream in general. But on the 6th of December, so 3 days prior to that, my mum passed away, and yeah, so I think that kind of made me realize that life's short, and if you want to do something, then do it. You know, like you only have one life. You might as well, live it up. Do what you actually want to do. So I thought, you know what, I might as well stream. I've always wanted to, might as well try it, and I haven't looked back, to be honest. It was one of the best decisions I think I ever made in my life. I've met a lot of good people, met a lot of good friends, was able to finally do some stuff on YouTube that I always wanted to do, and yeah, it kind of helped me find my own identity, so it definitely helped a lot. There you go, that is what made me decide to start streaming. Okay, Geek is asking a lot. He's asking a lot, okay? When you make YouTube videos, are there any bigger YouTubers you look to for inspiration? There is a ton of YouTubers that I take a lot of inspiration from. Like a lot of the earlier videos where there was no face cam, it was literally just gameplay with text. That is basically the inspiration from Soviet Womble. I love Soviet Womble. I'm like right now, I love watching Markiplier's videos. Markiplier's pretty good. I think those are the two biggest ones I take inspiration from. I think there's not really anyone else that pops to mind. Keathil is a streamer that I take a lot of inspiration from. Like, if it wasn't for her, I probably would not have focused on horror games, so I kind of have to thank her as well. So those are probably the 3 people that I would say are my biggest inspiration for YouTube and Twitch, I would say. What on earth made you start on hot sauces? This is a very easy one. Not long after I rebranded, I did my first ever charity live stream, and that was the one for Make-A-Wish. We'd raised, was it 200? Just over 200, I think, for Make-A-Wish. And one of the things on there was I would do hot sauce. Now, the hot sauce was actually only this little tub of ass plaster that I still keep a hold of because, I don't know, I'm kind of nostalgic for it. So I would take some of that for every £25 that was donated. And people loved it. So when it came to having something for subs, so I was like my subscribers on Twitch never got anything. Like, there was no incentive. So I thought, well, why don't I take a hit of hot sauce for every sub? And then it was also donations and bits, and it's just because, like, if I try something and people are like, we like that, then I can take that and make it a permanent thing in the channel. So, like, if you guys see something I like, say you like it, tell me, I can make it happen more often. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. What is your dream regarding streaming? World domination, I guess. It's kind of in my description. I don't know. Like, if this ever became like a job, I think that would technically be the dream. Yeah, like I think that would have to be it, where I can like literally do this full time. Like, because if streaming ever became a job for me, I don't think I would just stream. I would do stream and YouTube, like in equal amounts, because I've heard so many people that, you know, streaming becomes a job and then they hate it because that's all they do. They just sit behind a computer for like 9 hours a day and play games. Sounds great, but when you realize that's all you'll ever do, especially if you have a niche for one game, you're playing one game 9 hours a day, every day, and like I talked about in my World of Tanks video, I got burnt out from doing that and never went back to it. So yeah, like I would probably do like one day Twitch, one day YouTube, one day Twitch, one day YouTube. Like that's ideally what the dream would be, I guess. Never really put that much thought into it. And Geek's last question is, if you could play a game with anyone, who would it be and what game? Oh, that's a tough one. There's a few answers to this, I think. The first one is, I would love to play a game of Mortal Kombat with Ed Boon, and I think that would just be like the child in me getting very excited, because for those that don't know, Ed Boon was not only the creator of Mortal Kombat, but he was also the original voice of Scorpion, which is something that I kind of like the idea of. If not that, then I would probably say, if it was to be only one game, then I would probably say I would want a game of Dead by Daylight with myself, obviously. I would probably want to have Markiplier in there, Soviet Womble, because I know they've both played Dead by Daylight. Dead Meat James, because he sounds like such a cool guy. And Gab Smolders. She's a pretty cool streamer. She streams a lot of horror games. She's pretty cool. I'd probably say her. And those are all pretty cool people that I'd kind of like to play a game with. So yeah, that's what game I would play and who with, I think. I think that'd be pretty fun. Sugar Daddy Chris, aka Abby. What is the worst time your brain decided to stop working during a stream? That happens a lot more than you think. I would probably say anytime I'm doing any sort of thinking in a game, my brain stops working. I think it's the fact that when you're trying to make sure that, you know, you're recording and, you know, your software is working, that chat's being entertained, that chat's there, make sure like everything's working, and then on top of that, you've also got to play the game. You know, are you talking enough? So when it comes to puzzles, it's just the brain just kind of is doing all the stuff at once, and it can just stop working just randomly. But yeah, there's a few. Basically, if I'm streaming, my brain will stop working at some point. Pretty much how it goes. Ragaroth has the last question. What is the most embarrassing story about yourself and one with Hazy? I don't think I have any embarrassing stories about myself, or none that I want to talk about on YouTube anyway. But with me and Hazy, or Hazard, you know, we've done a lot of dumb shit. We've done a lot of dumb shit. We've done a lot of stuff we probably kind of regret. Not really, actually. But me and Hazard have talked about on stream several times all the dumb shit we do at work. Like there was a time Hazard stabbed me in the hand. Yeah. Went for a high five and he just went stab. Stabbed me right in the hand. There's the my last day at work, working with Hazard, and he decided to I was lying on the floor and Hazard's like dragged me about the floor using me as like a brush. There's so many. There's so many stories. Maybe me and Hazard will do like a video where we literally just talk about funny stories at work. I think that's the only thing I can really do. So that's all the questions that I found interesting anyway. So hope you guys have enjoyed this little Q&A video. Obviously we've done the 3 nostalgic games. We're going to be doing 3 future games, so like stuff that I'm going to be making more content on, and like the direction the channel is going to be going from now on. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, hit that like button, and hell, if you have any extra questions, post them in the comment section down below, and I'll probably go through once this video has gone up. and maybe even answer them in the comments. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.